Hey guys, I want to clear up any confusion. I am a fan of Gen Z for a lot of reasons, but just the fact that they don't read like we did, heck, we don't even read like we did. It's the culture, and every generation has to find their own way, and they will be just fine. One thing that makes me have hope as far as that goes is the fact they're very much like us in some ways. They've had to grow up in a very tumultuous world, and the pandemic, the lockdowns, and all that, feeling like we were going to die because of the nukes all the time, and they're feeling like, what's the next pandemic, or who's going to send them off to war, or whatever. It's that type of thing. And all of us, all generations, have to find our own way. And just because they don't read as much, that's gonna evolve into something else. And why do I think of that? Well, I think of Socrates. Socrates never wrote anything, but most of what we know from Socrates comes from Plato and from his other students and so on. But one thing that he bemoaned was the fact that people didn't memorize the vast quantities of basically the equivalent of, say, huge books. That people didn't do that because they were going to be writing down things, and he thought that writing itself would dumb people down. And think about that. What I'm looking at is, I think at some point, things like Audible, people are learning differently. People, the younger generations, their brains work differently and so on. I can see, I get them in that way. And I'm going to say, I don't want there to be any question, I'm a fan of Gen Z. I'm not like a blinded, wow, they're the greatest ever. But nobody's the greatest ever. I mean, not even us. But just give them some grace, because they're going to find their own way. They will, I promise you. But it might not be the same as ours. Socrates couldn't see into the future. He couldn't see what was going to happen with writing. And he thought it was just something, if you could look it up, it would be too easy, and then you're not going to know how to use your brain properly, or whatever he would have said in his time. But who knows where we're going with this? And I'm hopeful. I think it's going to go in ways we could never imagine, and I think they're going to be really creative with it. I'm hopeful. All right, love you guys, and any Gen Z that's watching, I love you too. I do. Bye.